let's look at a poem from SIRI Kannada grade 5. The name of this poem is BHUVANESWARI. It is written by B.V. Satyanarayan Rao. BHUVANESWARI means Mother Karnataka. Another name of Mother Karnataka is BHUVANESWARI. We all know that Karnataka is a land of rich history and heritage. The various dynasties who have ruled this land have contributed to the culture, and this can be seen through monuments and the sculptures. The language of this land also has a rich literature. So the present generation should be made aware about all this, and they should understand the rich lineage they belong to. The poem aims to educate the children so that they have pride about their rich heritage and culture. So let's look at the poem now. ಭುವನೇಶ್ವರಿ ಪದ ಪೂಜಿಸಿ ಹೇಳುವೆ ಸಿರಿಗನ್ನಡ ವರಚರಿತೆಯನು ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಕೇಳಿರಿ ನಾಡಿನ ಸೊಬಗನ್ನು. Pada means feet. Pujisu is to worship or pray. Helu is tell. Sirigannada means rich Kannada. Charite is history. Hemme means proud. Makkalu means children. Keliri listen. Sobagu is beauty. So the poet is telling that I will worship the feet of Mother Bhuvaneshwari, and I am going to tell you the rich history of this land. So the proud children of this land, please listen to the beauty and the history of this land. Then, Geddu Pallavara Kadamba Mayura Meredanu Varabanavasiyali Tadanantara Chalukyara Alvike Veerathana Badamiyali. So the very first dynasty of Karnataka is the Kadamba dynasty. So the Kadambas, they defeated or they won over Pallavas. Okay. So the Kadambas, they defeated Pallavas, and then that's where they established their rule. And they established their capital as Banavasi. So the very first king, his name is Mayuravarma. So, Mayuravarma from the Kadamba dynasty, he won over the Pallavas and he established his capital at Banavasi. Tadanantara Chalukyara Alvike Veerathana Badamiyali. So, after the Kadambas came the Chalukya dynasty. Tadanantara means after. After Kadambas, the Chalukyas came and their capital was Badami. Veerathana means their place, their main place was Badami. ನಾಡಿನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯು ಗಂಗಮನತನ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕೂಟ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳ ಹಿರಿಮೆ ವಿಜಯನಗರ ಸಿರಿ ಕೆಳದಿಯ ವೈಭವ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತೆಯ ನಿಜಗರಿಮೆ. So it just doesn't stop with the Kadambas and the Chalukyas. There were a lot more other dynasties which ruled Karnataka and which was the real greatness and pride for the land, for the state. So the other dynasties were the Ganga. Okay, Nadina Hemmeyu Ganga Manatana. So how is the land so rich? Because of these various dynasties, Ganga, Rashtrakuta, Hoysala, these are all the various dynasties which ruled one after the other. Vijayanagara, Keladi, so all these are the great kings, rulers of the land. Then, Hoysala Patanada Nantara Beleyitu Vijayanagaravati Shigradali, Lokave Beragaguva Siri Sampada Mereyitu E Samrajyadali. So after Hoysala, so first was Kadamba, then was Chalukya, then we had Ganga, Rashtrakuta and Hoysala. After the fall of Hoysalas after that grew the Vijayanagara dynasty. It grew so quickly. Shigra means quickly. Lokave Beragaguva Siri Sampada. Loka is world. Beragu means shocked or surprised. Siri Sampada is wealth. So when the Vijayanagara kingdom came, It was so rich. The kingdom was so rich that the entire world was surprised looking at their wealth. In history, people say that during the Vijayanagara dynasty, precious gems and stones, they were sold in heaps on the streets. So you can imagine, so rich, so wealthy was the kingdom that time. So these were all the dynasties which ruled Karnataka. ಯುದ್ಧದಿ ಎದುರಿಸಿ ಗೆದ್ದಳು ಚೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ ಕಿತ್ತೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ದ್ರೋಹಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆರೆಯಾಗುತ್ತ ದಿನವೂ ದೂಡಿದವಳು ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ. Then what happened? Britishers started ruling. The Britishers came and they started ruling. So Kittur Rani Chennamma, she won her battle. The first battle she won over the Britishers. But then, because of some traitors in her own kingdom, she was taken to prison by the Britishers and she spent her final days in the prison. ರಾಜರ ಅಂತಕಲಹದಿ ಬಿಳಿಯರು ಭಾರತವನ್ನೇ ನುಂಗಿದರು, ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಹುಲಿ ತಿಪ್ಪುವ ಸೋಲಿಸಿ ರಂಗಪಟ್ಟಣವನ ಮರಿದರು. So, because of the internal conflicts, Antakalaha means internal conflicts of the kings. Within India, there were so much of conflicts within amongst the kings, and the Britishers took advantage of that situation where there was internal confusion and internal conflict between the kings. So the Britishers, they made use of that situation and they captured the entire land. They started ruling entire India. And they also defeated, Solisu is defeat, Huli is tiger, the tiger of Mysore. Who is the tiger of Mysore? Tippu Sultan. So they defeated him and also captured Srirangapatna. Then ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತ ಚಳುವಳಿ ದೇಶದಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಿತು ಗಾಂಧಿ ತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ವದೇಶಿ ಚಳುವಳಿ ಅಸಹಕಾರಗಳು ಮೊಳೆತವು ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ. So Swatantra Bharata. So for independent India, there was so much of struggle and agitation and revolt. So this happened because under the rule and under the leadership of Gandhiji. And all of them started following the principle of Gandhiji. What was his famous principle? Non-violence. Gandhiji followed non-violence. So everybody started agitation because they wanted to see a free India. So taking inspiration from them, Swadeshi Chaluvali. Swadeshi means we did not have a separate land as Karnataka. So people had to fight for a state of Karnataka. So looking at Gandhiji's principles, people learned. They took the guidance of such elders and people also learned. And Swadeshi, for their own land, that is for forming Karnataka, there was a revolt. And people took part in that agitation. 47ರ ಆಗಸ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ 14ರ ನಡುರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರಿತು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತ ಬಾವುಟ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. And then in 1947 on August 14th, midnight of August 14th, independent India's flag started flying. Okay, that means India got independence on midnight of 14th August 1947. 56ರ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ವಿಶಾಲ ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಉದಯ, ಭಾವನೆ ತುಂಬಲು 73ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕವಾಗಿಹ ಪರಿಯ. So then after this, after we got independence, still we did not have a state of Karnataka. And then finally in 56, on 1st November 1956, a state was born. And that was called as Mysore. It was still not called as Karnataka. In 1956, when the new state was formed for all the Kannada speaking people, it was called as Mysore. Then in 1973, that is when it was renamed as Karnataka. So this is the rich history and heritage of this land, and also the struggle of all the people to see a separate state as Karnataka. And then what are all the qualities of this land? Hindu, Muslim, Christ, Jaina, Basaveshwarara, Siri Pantavide. ಕೊಂಕಣಿ ಉರ್ದು ತುಳುವಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಕನ್ನಡತನ ಜಲ ಚಿಮ್ಮುತ್ತಿದೆ. And then we have a rich path of all these various religions: Hindu, Muslim, Christ, Jain, and Basava. Okay, so all these people, all these religions path, the guidance and the path is followed in this land. Then there are so many languages spoken like Konkani, Urdu, and Tulu. These are all the different kind of languages that are spoken in Karnataka. ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೆಲ್ಲಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಾಳಲಿ ನಮ್ಮಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ. So in this land of Kannada, let Kannada win, let Kannada live. ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲಿಯಿರಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪೋಷಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ. So all of you learn Kannada. Kaliyiri means learn Kannada, and poshisu means to encourage or to protect this language. So in this land of Kannada, in this land of Karnataka, let our language Kannada win, let it live, and let us all learn the language and encourage and protect it. So this is poem Bhuvaneshwari.